I think the Pentagon Papers case has come to mean even more in terms of limitations on presidential power than the court said. That is to say, the court did not say you can never have a prior restraint in the name of national security. But the effect of the decision, the fact that during a war, at a time when American POWs were being held, and in which the government was saying that irreparable harm would occur unless the Pentagon Papers couldn't be published, the fact that the court stepped in and said it could be published has had a broader effect than might otherwise have been the case. And that effect is that I think presidents have been told, you just can't do it. It's not a weapon. You don't have that arrow in your quiver of potential arrows. So it's had a very great effect because presidents, sometimes hostile, sometimes not, who thought something would violate national security or some other interest, would have wanted to go to court if they could have. And I think they're being told, happily in my view, that they can't, and so they don't. I think it really is too early to say whether this administration is going to take an even broader view than the Obama administration did of going after potential sources and then sometimes going after individual journalists. So I don't have a narrow answer to that. If I had to guess or offer a judgment, I think this administration will go forward with more seizures of this sort. Well, what President Trump doesn't like about current libel law is what the Supreme Court has said the First Amendment demands. So his problem is not with libel law, it's with the First Amendment. His problem is with the fact that it is hard for prominent people, not just presidents, to win libel cases because they have to show that what was said about them was said with knowledge of falsity or real doubts as to truth or falsity. That's very hard to prove. For one thing, it usually isn't true. So I hear what the president has said. I've also heard him say people tell him that he could lose because, and that's true. I mean, he more than anyone that comes to mind engages in defamatory speech. He needs New York Times against Sullivan. One thing we're not wholly clear about is the application of the First Amendment to new media. The internet writ large has done very well in the Supreme Court. But I wonder sometimes whether, given the enormity of the power of entities on the internet and the distaste of the president for particular outlets, if there might not be litigation, just as there could be Amazon-related litigation. I mean, in my view, they should fall because you're not allowed to retaliate against speech. But that's one area. I don't think libel is likely to get to the Supreme Court again for some time. I don't think we're likely to have a lot of Supreme Court cases, but I think we are about to have a lot more privacy cases in the lower courts because of the ease of gathering information and the enormity of the potential impact and its dissemination of what people sometimes view as private facts.